Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of The Flash Indiehub. I am your host, Barry Allen, aka KJ, and with me today we have my wife, Iris West, also known as Jalovai.
What's with all these references? These are so obscure references.
It's from the series, okay? From Flash the series.
Yeah, from the series. Yeah.
And our newest member of this weird and quirky group, the Cisco, to my Barry Allen, Jinpachi.
Hi everyone, I'm the Cisco apparently. I wish I was Iris West, but oh well.
Yeah.
You can have everything in this life.
Well, there's a reason why we're calling this week's podcast the Flash episode podcast, because we have so much to talk about, and they're all video game related. They're all our first impressions about goddamn games. Because this podcast is going to be all about speed and momentum, thanks to two major companies deciding to give us a exposition dump of around 50 games. Because why not? Why not?
I mean, 50 over.
Overtime. I love working overtime on a one specific podcast, but you know, here we go.
You don't? Come on, dude.
Yeah. So without further ado, because we have too much to cover,
Quite literally.
Jinpachi, take it away with the PC gaming show.
Alright, so the PC gaming show happened yesterday. It was, well, as the game says, made by PC Gaming, and they revealed a couple of games. We're gonna, all of us are gonna select 3 games to talk about. And,
PC Master Race.
I'm alive?
Yeah, you're alive. You're
alive,
good.
I lagged for a second. I got scared. So,
okay, Jay's lagging. That's fine.
We're all gonna highlight 3 games. I'm gonna highlight, first of all, Icarus. It's a game made by DayZ creator Dean Hall. It's a new survival game. It takes place in space, in various different planets. You start off in a space station, alone or with friends. It's co-op or single player. And you choose a mission and head into a new planet to see what happens, do shenanigans, and, well, other stuff. I think the game looks promising. I hope it doesn't turn out another DayZ and gets abandoned, so, you know.
I honestly don't know how to feel about the DayZ creator using that. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful, to say the least.
I wish I could say the same. It's not the first time we see a DayZ clone set in space. I highly recommend you to watch a YouTuber by the name of Mandalore Gaming. He covered a couple of space games that were in early access, and let's say it's been 5 years into their development cycle, and they're still in early access with no updates coming for like 3 years. And I'm not just talking about one game. So let's see if this one actually goes anywhere. But before we go, I just want to highlight our very first question from today's podcast. Are you guys gonna be getting the Wi-Fi router or the mini fridge?
I'm getting I'm getting Saiba, dude.
Kaiba.
Whatever the hell his name is. I'm getting Kaiba.
Seto Kaiba. Come on.
Yeah.
Basically, he's talking, are we getting the Xbox, the new Xbox to the new PlayStation 5? I speak for myself, I'm getting none. Because fuck pricing and fuck.
I have no money for an expensive router, man.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing.
It's not that good.
Here's the thing. I'm personally not a console gamer. I switched to PC Master Race a whole long time ago. But honestly, with all the fucking fantastic games that are coming out for Kaiba, I'm tempted to go towards the towards the router. If I had to choose between mini fridge or the router, I'm going the router.
I'm just glad we don't choose this thanks to aesthetics, because my choice would actually be very easy if we do.
What are you doing there, KJ? What are you doing there?
I'll do it here.
Because that looks kind of. Oh, don't do it on top of the desk. No. Don't do it on top of the desk. Man? Whatever you're doing, don't do it on top of the desk. Don't do it on top of the desk. or on top of the PC. Please. Okay, for those of you guys who don't follow us after all these streams, basically we're streamers, and KJ for the past I don't know week or so has built so many things on his desk. He nearly ruined his new controller that I bought for him live on stream twice.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to watch a disaster happen.
You
live.
are literally. Don't pour it on top. No, don't do it. No. KJ.
I am so scared right now.
KJ, please. KJ, for the love of God, just don't spill anything. Oh my God.
This got really
Stop.
tense real fast
Oh
here.
my God. Stop.
It's fine. It's fine.
You need to
Everything
stop.
worked out.
Oh my
Everything
goodness.
worked out.
Oh my God. All right. Jim Patchy, what's your next game, man? Holy
Man,
fuck.
I don't know if I can continue after this, but my next game is Evil Genius 2 World Domination. Evil Genius is a game from 2006, and the sequel has been in development hell for almost 10 years. More than 10 years, even. And Evil Genius in 2020, you take control of an evil genius, and you have to take over the world by recruiting henchmen, building secret fortresses, and doing invasions. I really like this, and it looks pretty cool.
All right. For me personally, I haven't seen Evil Geniuses, but from what it sounds like, it sounds like it's going to be a good game. It sounds like a game for the PS4 or something.
It's a game that's quite old as of today. I need to put this one back. I prematured on the coffee.
Yeah, don't spill it all over your desk.
Should I spill that all over?
I know you're memeing, but knowing you, that's a real possibility.
Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. Trust me, I know. Like I was saying, Evil Genius is a game that's you're basically managing your own corporate overlord. Basically, it's a game where you become EA for a while, and your obvious goal is to be a fucking genius evil dude, a guy, man that's bald, most likely.
That's
and he
sexist,
has an
dude.
iPad.
That's sex. No girls? Where's the girls in here?
Actually, I don't think you could choose a girl.
Wait, really?
On the first Evil Geniuses, I think you had one character, but again, I never played it. I'm just speaking out of my own ass. Just remember that.
Of course.
I barely know what the game is.
That's
checked
fair.
the trailer. Almost downloaded it without paying for it, but never did.
Sorry, what?
Never did. Never did.
Sure.
So,
Extra down.
really excited for it though. I might actually pick this one up legally.
Yep.
It really depends on how good it is. I'll check some reviews. Maybe I'll even play it on stream. Pretending.
Maybe.
It's kind of what I do.
Advertising yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, basically.
But,
I'm gonna be an evil
KJ,
genius.
for the last time, KJ, we do this at the end of the stream.
Yes.
No.
Wait.
You guys don't get the joke. I'm gonna cosplay as an evil genius that creates a stream and spends his life just spilling stuff in front of his viewers.
You know, knowing you, I don't think you could pull off the genius part. You could be evil, but I don't think you could pull off the genius part of it.
That's up for debate. Let's be honest here.
That is fair.
I
That's
almost
fair.
felt something.
Oh my! I heard that.
Oh my god.
Stop doing that.
We're not gonna
my
make it
God.
until the end of this stream.
It was
We're
this
just not
part.
gonna do it.
If KJ's stream just cuts off like momentarily, we will know that he's just built something.
Like Raven's stream, basically.
No. Raven got all-time Forge World.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
My
Jinpachi,
God.
your last game.
My
Let's
last
go.
game is Mortal Shell. It looks like it's
Looks
sort
amazing.
of a Dark Souls clone.
Looks
It's coming
amazing.
next year, 2021. Got just a brand new trailer. And it looks pretty cool. The graphics look great. The enemies look to have good designs, and the maps and the levels look interesting. So I think of all the Dark Souls clones out there, I think this one might be worth a check out when it comes out.
Yeah, Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell looks to be like it kind of looks like a Bloodborne in a way, but like it's a Souls-like game. I'm honestly pretty excited. If it's anything like Sekiro or Bloodborne for that matter, it's gonna be a fantastic game. I'm honestly just super excited for Mortal Shell personally. It looks amazing.
As the biggest Dark Souls fan of the bunch, I am gonna say just kidding. I don't hate this game. I'm actually really excited for this game.
Yeah.
It looks really good. Alongside the trailer, which has like 2 minutes of splashed gameplay here and there, you actually have a full 15 to 17 minutes playthrough on IGN's channel. I checked it out, and it's a testament that I watched it through the end, because I usually, do the let me skip half of this button, but the fact that I didn't says something about this game. Looks interesting. Looks like it's copying the best parts of Dark Souls while retaining their own formula and their own originality, and that's what I like to see. The main character only basically wields great swords, which, in my opinion, is a plus because I'm a great sword style guy. So, for me, that's just a win. Having multiple great swords to choose from, because you will have customization options in the form of picking up. Good. It remains to be seen if the world can keep itself fluent, original, and the bosses deliver on the difficulty side.
Yeah, let's just hope. Up next. Yep, up next we got Outlast Trials. I'll be completely honest. When I saw Outlast Trials, I nearly shit myself. I'm a really big fan of the Outlast games. I played through the entirety of Outlast 1, and I've played a little bit of Whistleblower and Outlast 2. I played the demo of Outlast 2, and I nearly shat myself. But whenever I found out that Outlast Trials looked to be a co-op Outlast game, I don't know, something to me just screamed, this game is going to suck. For me, part of the horror genre is being alone, and having a friend to kind of help you along the way in Outlast Trials. I don't think that's going to be a good game at all. But of course,
there's games that pull it off. For example, the very first example that comes to mind is Cry of Fear. You could play Cry of Fear co-op, and it really doesn't detract from the game in any way, shape, or form by how scary you're gonna potentially on that game. And the co-op games have been a staple. I personally want almost every game to be co-op. I just love going through a game with friends. I would love
Fallout 76, man. It's the greatest.
co-op games that don't break on the loading.
Anthem?
Right.
I personally love co-op games. I'll give you brownie points because there's not really that killer co-op horror game, but I don't think the problem is on the idea of co-op, but more the fact that people don't really do co-op nowadays. That's what's sad about it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I deal with horror games pretty well. At least in my opinion, I feel like I do horror games pretty well. I don't scare easily. With movies, it's a completely different thing. With movies, I just get scared shitless. But I don't know. For me, just horror games in general, it has been like passed down like cheap jump scares. There's not really that much, atmosphere, tension building. Yeah. And it's going to be really weird to see Outlast Trials achieve like that atmospheric thing. I hear your fucking tone, mate. What you want?
Wait until we play VR games. VR horror games, and then
Here
he'll
he
tell
goes
me how
the
many
VR
times
thing again. God damn it.
Hey,
Here's a funny story. The first
just
time
wait until I get my
played Outlast,
my Valve index. Go on, Jin.
the first time I played Outlast, it was we were playing me and KJ at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
and recording.
And yeah, and there's a video on his like old Portuguese channel where he's recording it.
Wait, you guys
And
played
there
it both IRL? Oh shit, I didn't even know.
And basically, we were playing. He was playing, and I was playing, both of us. And I just rage quit the game. Not rage quit. I scared quit the game. Which is weird because I don't have any fear with horror movies. I'm the opposite of you.
Yeah.
But I get scared with games.
Of course.
Look, I think the Cold War setting is great for an Outlast game. It really depends on the mechanics of the co-op, how they pull it off. If you can get separated from your buddy, which I think would be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really depends on how they make the co-op part of the rest of the environment, I think.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I'm just gonna come out and say I absolutely loved Outlast 1. I really didn't like Outlast 2 that much. I really didn't.
I still like the idea of Outlast 2, but I think
yeah,
a bit more
the
of
setting,
the same.
The setting and the ambience,
Yeah.
much better in relation to Outlast 1. And some jump scares in specific, they're really, really good.
Yeah.
But it's really fucking repetitive. Like at a certain point, the map just becomes crop fields after crop fields.
Yeah.
And the once you figure out the AI on Outlast 2, because they have bigger maps, therefore they have a better way to run. So you have to make the AI a little bit smarter, but not really. Once you figure out the AI of Outlast 2, the game becomes super easy.
Yeah.
Unlike, for example, something like Alien Isolation, the AI keeps evolving.
Oh, you mean bullshit isolation?
No!
You mean bullshit isolation?
Only
Bullshit.
you it was bullshit because it clipped a couple of times here and there. But that's besides the point. What the AI does on Alien Isolation is it starts reading your patterns. If you hide too many times, if you depend on hiding, for example, in a locker too many times, at like the third or fourth, when the alien passes around, he actually eats you regardless of you holding your breath for 15 seconds or an hour.
So dumb. So dumb.
It's not dumb. It's not dumb. It incentivizes you to actually do something different for
We
each
have an
other.
Alien Isolation debate now.
No. Okay, here's the thing. Whenever I played it on nightmare mode, all right, the fucking alien clipped through the goddamn lockers, which made me die. But even then, like, I wasn't even using the fucking... I wasn't even hiding in, like, all the lockers and everything all that much. But Ridley, in her like, Call of Duty long capacity, he's like... and then the fucking alien just go ahead and eat you. It happens every single time, and I don't get it.
Timing, Betty.
I don't get it. I don't get it. It's so dumb. It's so stupid.
But stop being
I
dumb.
kind of agree with Jalevai here. I think
Thank you.
In my opinion,
like it could have been way better.
Thank
it
you.
could have. Of course, it could have. But you're forgetting that Outlast, Alien Isolation came, I believe, in 2015 or 16.
Yeah, somewhere
It's
around
been
there.
a while.
Yeah.
I think you were gonna say Alien Isolation came out after Colonial Marines, which is not a really good comparison.
Oh, no, that's like comparing a cheese sandwich with eating a wall.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to eat a
My
wall.
Goodness.
Yeah.
And somehow that wall is buggy.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Jalvai, next, let's do it.
Next up is New World. I am personally stoked about this game. For those who don't know, New World is Amazon's new MMORPG. It looks absolutely fantastic. I've already pre-ordered the game, and I am super excited to even start to play the game.
You
Yes.
already pre-ordered the fucking game without knowing about it?
I know about the game. I fucking love it, dude. I'm not a really big fan of MMORPGs. Like, in general, I'm not a big fan of MMORPGs. But I don't know. For me, New World just looks so good. I don't know. Outlast. I keep on saying Outlast. New World for me. Okay. What? Okay, Predator.
Training my lips for this track I'm gonna give on you.
I don't know. For me, New World looks absolutely fantastic. The effects look amazing. My friends have sold me on New World, and I cannot wait to play it.
Is this my turn?
Go on.
God damn it! Don't pre-order games when you don't even know if the goddamn company's good at making games.
It's fine.
Damn it!
It's fine.
You know what's wrong with
It's
gaming world, man?
It's
Jimmy,
fine.
you
Everything's fine.
You have no idea. Listen, Amazon came up with one game, and that one game is dead on arrival. That
It's
one
true, that's
game
true.
lasted
fine.
literally a fucking day.
It's
And
fine.
not only
Everything's
that,
fine.
service stability was an issue. There were teleporters all over the place. You know, you were shooting someone, and then out of nowhere, the guy just does instant transmission from Dragon Ball behind your ass and kills you. And then you have the problem that certain heroes were definitely better than the others, and there's no question about it. And then the problem with abilities, the problem with the goddamn matchmaking, where there's no skill-based matchmaking, meaning that you can have fucking Shroud playing with a 5-year-old.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. You cannot touch the bug.
And besides that, there's already a lot of content creators that have come out that have the early access version of it that say there's not really that much content in the game to begin with. I think it's going to be a good game, you know, but you know, with time, that's when we're going to get that good game. It's not coming, you know, the content is not going to be fully there in the beginning, and that's the problem.
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm sort of. It's going to be sort of a proving ground for Amazon. And,
Yeah, definitely.
You know, there's a lot of. Look, the game looks good. The concept is great.
Yeah,
I
and
think,
New World
but-
has, and at least to my knowledge, I believe New World has been in development longer than Crucible has. So that longer time of development, I just, you know, it looks.
Well, no shit.
It looks
no
to be
shit,
very promising.
Sherlock.
Yes, but I do have to say I share some reservations with KJ on this.
Yeah,
'cause, you know,
definitely. No, I
well,
understand
no-
your guys'
No
concern.
shit, Sherlock. Crucible looks like it was made in one of those weekly game jams, you know, by a bunch of indie developers that somehow
Hey, if it
managed
was-
to pull a really good one.
Hey, if it was developed in a week, that's a really good game for a week.
Yeah,
Better
yeah,
than
but it
Anthem.
feels like it was developed by within a week.
Still-
It has one map and like 8 heroes. It reminds me of a competitive game nowadays.
Better than Anthem, though. That's what I'll say.
It's better than Anthem, but again, I'm sorry to have to repeat myself here. A brick wall is better than Anthem when it comes to actually squeezing content out of it.
Yeah, that
Because
is
you know
fair.
you can punch the wall, you can throw a ball at the wall, and it bounces back. So a wall probably has more content than Anthem on its total, and it's less buggy.
Yeah.
Regardless, don't
Ne-
message from your Uncle KJ. Don't pre-order New World. I want seriously to buy New World. I really do. The Conquistador style game. Not a lot of people make it, especially from an MMO. The actual gameplay seems to be target focused, especially for the
for me,
for the range characters.
Yeah.
And the setting looks great. Everything looks great, but at the same time, something's really worrying.
Mhm.
Like the fact that there's not going to be any raids, the fact that there's not going to be any dungeons. Every single PvE content is going to be made through world events, and I'm a fan of MMOs, and I can tell you, world events on other games. I rather spend my time in the bathroom with diarrhea than spending my time doing world events on
Yeah.
MMOs, because most times they're just boring.
Yeah. For me, the MMO game that really got me into MMORPGs was Vindictus, just mainly because of the gameplay that Vindictus had. Not a lot of the other sort of games that come to mind when it reminds me of New World is Black
Exactly.
Desert is Black Desert.
No.
And for me,
Yeah.
Black Desert just didn't cut it for me. The gameplay was there, but the way how the cutscene or the way the quest system was navigated, it wasn't there for me. I hope New World, for me at least, fixes that void in my heart. Because honestly,
Okay.
Vindictus is like the only game that I really, really like from MMORPG.
I think-
That or Fiesta online.
I think Java got scammed. I really think
By
Java got
Amazon.
scammed.
We've all been
I
there.
am
Hey,
out of all places.
whatever.
My point is,
Next up.
Goddamn Jeff Bezos.
finishing up with this,
Go on.
I'm really happy for New Worlds. I really think it might just be the MMO that's gonna make me want to play it, especially because it's pay to play, not subscription based or anything like that.
World of Warcraft.
So I'm really excited for that. However, it's Amazon's very first game. We don't count Crucible. Crucible,
not at all.
Crucible is the very special child that no one really gives attention to.
Yes.
Amazon's new game, I'm really excited for it, but it's gonna come with problems. And I
Yeah,
know.
definitely.
That's why
Alright.
you shouldn't.
Next up is Proteus. Honestly, I'm excited for Proteus. So from what the trailers look like, and what I can see from Steam, what are you eating? How rude!
Peanuts!
How rude! Oh yeah, you love those nuts. In your
Honey
mouth.
dipped peanuts.
So Proteus is an old school 16-bit style Doom shooter with customizable maps. Honestly, I'm super excited about Proteus. Just mainly because of the entire concept. It is a modern shooter that looks like old school Doom. I fucking love that shit. Go on.
You can actually buy the game right now.
Oh, we can? Oh shit.
Yeah, it's on early access.
Oh shit. Well, guess who's about to buy Proteus?
And I highly recommend you watching the review of a guy called G-Man Lives.
Mm.
Appropriate.
Yeah, very.
It's about Proteus. He had an early access key given by the developers. I saw the gameplay. There's probably more blood in those like 10 minutes of gameplay than there is water in this fucking world, and I'm counting seawater too. Beautiful.
That is amazing. Yeah, I personally, I loved playing old school Wolfenstein. I loved playing old school Doom.
Can I recommend you a game? In that case, you don't even need to buy it
Go
because
on.
it's on my Steam. I bought it. Dusk.
Dusk?
Mm-hmm. Seriously, go.
Proceeds to
I'll-
eat a lot of peanuts at the same time.
Yeah, right? Dusk.
Dusk.
I had so much fun. I had like one view during the entire playthrough because no one cared about that game. But I was having the time of my life. It's a really good game.
You
Yeah,
can never go wrong with these games, man.
yeah,
Fucking great.
absolutely.
Great.
Alright.
If you like this style of games, just buy Dusk. It finished like around last year. It was in early access for a while, mainly because they were releasing it in episodes. There's 3 episodes, each one with like 10 levels.
Mhm.
5 to 10 levels. Weapons feel great, enemies feel great. It's super fast paced, and I want you streaming it. Not today, but stream it
Oh,
today.
absolutely.
No, tomorrow.
I'm not gonna
Tomorrow.
be streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna be streaming next week.
Oh yeah, fuck. Stream it next week. I'll remember you. I'll remind you.
Please remind me.
Fucking remind you.
All right, next
Done.
up, KJ. What is your games?
All right. For my personal choice, I have Save Your Wallet Simulator. Just kidding. Torchlight 3.
I
Torchlight.
love it.
The Torchlight
Love it.
series is a beloved series. A little bit hidden because the main concurrent Diablo style games are obviously Diablo and Path of Exile, but Torchlight, to be compared with those two,
And Minecraft
it says a
Dungeons.
lot about the video game.
And Minecraft Dungeons.
Minecraft Dungeons is not Torchlight's better. To be compared with those two behemoth of games, I think it speaks for itself. Torchlight 3 is going to be entering early access. And from what I know, it's been in development for a good amount of years now. It's shaping up to be a even better Torchlight 2, which, frankly, I have a lot of friends of mine that are fans of that game, and that can attest that this is one of the very best Diablo-esque style. So
Yeah.
go out there and check for yourselves if you
Yeah, big fan of the Torchlight series. I'm just excited for Torchlight 3. Definitely.
want.
Yeah, it's
Very
not my kind of game. I still have to find that game that of that genre, like Diablo style, that I really get hooked into.
Try
But-
Van Helsing.
Van
All right.
Helsing. Yeah.
Cool.
Van Helsing is also a really good one. All right, next up, KJ.
Next up, we have Godfall, because we're gonna definitely be talking about Godfall.
Mm-hmm.
Skipped.
I
Skipped.
don't like you.
Skipped.
Persona 4 Golden. Not really a lot to say about it. If you don't know the Persona games, you probably are not going to like this one because it's a JRPG. But the most important part is Persona 4 Golden what used to be a PlayStation Vita game, finally now ported to the big leagues. It left the kindergarten to be with the adults.
Yeah.
It's finally coming to PC Master Race. I think you can actually buy it
Absolutely.
right now. Persona 4 Golden, it's $20. If you really love JRPGs, go for it. Anything to add?
For me, I just want to see Persona 3 FES join PC Master Race.
I just want to say Persona 5.
And
Everything.
Persona 5. Yeah, every single Persona game except for
PC
2.
Master Race welcomes everything.
Except for 2, because I think 2 had you kill maybe a certain somebody that may have started World War II. But
2 little notes. 1, if you have a friend that tells you a Coca-Cola
JRPG for life.
Coca-Cola Light has the same flavor as Coca-Cola,
Yes.
make sure to lock him in a basement until he realizes what's the difference. Because
We're
I
gonna
have
get
Coca-Cola Light.
copyrighted because of this right now.
yeah,
I have
yeah.
Coca-Cola Light.
KJ, why the
With me.
hell did you just get it demonetized, dude? Come on now.
It's
And
bottom of the fucking bottle. It's the
Yeah,
worst
right. Come
kind.
on, dude. Come on.
Yeesh.
And 2, before I go into my third game, I want to shine a spotlight on the game that I'm most excited for, but I still can't really speak that much about it, which is Baldur's Gate.
Mm.
I'm a really
Yes.
big fan of the Divinity Original Sin games. It's not my style of game by any chance, but that's incredible Divinity, and then its sequel, Divinity Original Sin 2, made me a complete fan. I spent more than 100 hours on Divinity Original Sin 2. I haven't finished the game yet, but it's on my list of top 10 games of time. So when the developers that made Divinity Original Sin 2 said that they were going to remastering Baldur's Gate, my nuts dropped, and I am now a woman. One of those parts is fake. I think it's the woman. The
Oh.
nuts, they dropped.
Whenever your nuts drop, isn't that supposed to be the telltale sign of a man?
True that.
So you
There you
just
go, I
kind of
became a man.
you just counteracted yourself. All right, next game.
At least it's a
Next and final
Oh.
game.
Just keep on.
A game that I'm really worried about, but a game that I really want to be good. Mafia Definitive Edition, aka Mafia Remaster. So Mafia 2 sucks. The Definitive Edition. Mafia 3 Definitive Edition literally adds nothing but the DLCs to it. So fuck you. But Mafia 1 is actually getting what the word remaster means. Completely new graphics. It doesn't look like you're playing the game on a toaster anymore. It actually looks like a AAA game from 2017-18. It's shaping out to be exactly the same story with some of the same characters, not all of them. But I remember when I was a kid, I saw my uncle play this game, and that's kind of what got me to PC gaming to begin with. So I'm really looking forward to play the Mafia game on my own when I actually understand English and can judge the game on its entirety.
Yeah.
Boys,
Look, I don't know what it takes to make a good Mafia game. They just keep screwing the goddamn concept up. But I hope this game works out. I hope it actually delivers on what it promises, because every Mafia game looks good, and then some way, somehow, it just turns out to be like, eh.
Yeah.
But
okay, that started on
fingers
Mafia 2.
crossed. Fingers
That
crossed.
did start on Mafia 2. Mafia 2 was a really good game. I still played Mafia 2 like around last year, and I had a ton of fun. It certainly didn't really age that well, but the world is
Yeah.
pretty. The story is really good. and from beginning to end, it's just action. So
I
Mafia 3 is just fucked it up.
For me, I don't know. For me, I've never been really big into the Mafia franchise. If I wanted to go back during that time, I would just play fucking LA Noire, honestly. But the Mafia, whenever I first played it, didn't really stick well with me. I think LA Noire is a better game for that timeline. I don't know. That's just me.
I respect your opinion because I think LA Noire is one of Rockstar's hidden gems. And yes, I say hidden gems because
Wink, wink.
out of their franchise,
Next playthrough?
Rockstar. No, because the PC version sucks.
Fair enough.
Yep,
Fair enough.
that's true. That's so sad.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
But LA Noire, but there's the VR version. LA
X
Noire
for doubt.
is a really fun game. I played it on Xbox. It's still one of my favorite Rockstar games ever. It's really,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Mafia games still hold a special place. So it goes into something.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else to add?
Nah, I'm good.
All right.
Yeah.
So, boys, I know it's a bit soon. We're 35 minutes into this, and we're already going to our main topic. But that's because we have a lot to cover. Boy, oh boy, we have a lot to cover. We had the PlayStation 5 conference finally, after all these years of hype, of speculation. We finally got to see not only how the PS5 looks, but their main entry, their main lines of video games coming out with the console, and some of them announced 21. Keep in mind, this is going to be a bit long because we're going to be covering the entire press conference alongside our 2 cents about every single one of the games, and then wrapping things up on our main topic with PS5 with how the PlayStation 5 looks and why it shouldn't look like. Wink, wink. Starting off, in my opinion, it started off in the worst way possible. They decided to start a PlayStation 5 conference with literal years of hype, with, and this is true, GTA 5 for the fucking PlayStation 5!
There's a meme that goes around where every single time a brand new platform comes out, there's always going to be 3 games that are always going to be on the platform, which is Minecraft, GTA 5, and Skyrim.
And here's the thing. I know if you are to do a GTA 5 being ported to PlayStation 5, you do at the beginning, you get the shit out of the way first. I understand that feeling. I understand that momentum. You don't want to lose the momentum of new games being announced and then bam, GTA 5 remaster for the 1690th time. But here's the thing. This shouldn't be on their main line of conferences, which the sole reason is to sell you the PlayStation 5 and showcase their new games, their big boy graphic-wise games, and then starts with the game that's been from the PlayStation 3 era. I think it makes no sense. Yes, I think this should exist. I think they should have shined a spotlight on it, but not on their very first conference about the PlayStation 5. Announce it on your YouTube channel because you have one as a trailer, a separate one from your actual conference, because that left a very sour taste in my mouth. Now, thankfully, the PlayStation 5 has been very consistent on showing up really interesting and really fun games to look at, except a couple of bad apples. So at the end of the day, I was really happy that I watched that conference, but that start in it on itself shouldn't even exist to begin with. Jalvi, give me your 2 cents on it because I'm really excited.
I honestly completely agree with you. I mean, it's fine if you announce it as a free game that comes with the PS5. That's all well and good. But whenever there's this big event, I don't know why you would put GTA 5 on that list. Because GTA 5, it has been a game for 7 years. And apparently from Guy Pastore, yeah, it's a fresh game for the PS5 for sure, but it's an old game. If they wanted to announce a GTA game, why not announce a new GTA 6? Why the GTA 5? Instead, I think instead of announcing the GTA 5 in this event, I think having some sort of tweet announcing, hey, the PS5 will come with GTA 5 for free, I think that would have been a much better approach. But whenever you're talking about next gen consoles and next gen gameplay, I don't see GTA 5 on the list, just personally.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. KJ, you said something, and this is true. The point of this whole thing is to sell the console to you. Nothing sells something like free things, okay?
Yeah.
And GTA 5 as
fair.
a brand to the broader customer that doesn't really care about the gaming industry and its shenanigans. GTA is a big fucking name. It's something that attracts people. And I think announcing it in the beginning, which is the only moment that it makes sense, right? I think it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was just something that was like, oh, okay, that's cute.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you. If this wasn't the first conference they talked about the PlayStation 5 for realsy, we don't count that 1 hour of a story time.
The tech conference, yeah.
The tech conference, we don't count that. If this was announced on maybe the second one, maybe I wouldn't have that much crack for it. But you gotta understand, Shimpa, when you build the idea that the new console is coming for years, which is what Sony has been doing, and you're radio silent about it, and finally there's this big spotlight being shined at them, and the first thing you see, consumer-wise, the first thing you see is a game that's 7 years old.
Yeah.
My consumer part is going to be like,
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people literally exited that stream for that same reason. It's not that I don't want GTA 5 on the PlayStation 5. It's definitely not that. It's the fact that so many years of hype came out to that precise moment where you needed a killer game to open your show, and you choose a game that's 7 years old and everyone has explored more than probably a woman's legs.
Here's a counter. I think here's a counter to Jim Pachi's statement where, for me, GTA 5 isn't a staple PlayStation game. For me, I find that GTA 5 especially is a staple Xbox game instead of a PlayStation game. For me, I would have started I honestly would have started the PlayStation conference or the PlayStation reveal with, you know, one of their newest games like Ratchet and Clank, for example, which we'll get into later. That would have been a fantastic start, because there have been fans upon fans who play PlayStation that have been waiting so much for a new Ratchet and Clank game. I would
have started with Horizon Zero Dawn 2. I think it has
or
more
that, yeah, or
I was thinking
or
about that, yeah.
Yeah, or that. Those are both better starting games than GTA 5. Again, if you wanted to announce that GTA 5 is coming for free with the PS5, that's great, but do it on a separate thing, not a big reveal trailer where you're announcing next gen gameplay.
Or do it on another conference, but not the very first one.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's my main issue here. It was the first one. It wasn't the second one or third one where, you know, we're coming closer, and then for an added extra layer of quality content here, GTA 5 for free. Take it. Just take it.
Yeah.
Look, man, I just watched the original Red Dead Redemption on PC for free. That's
This was small brain for them, right? Especially because 1 week prior to this, Epic Games was giving away GTA 5 for free.
Yeah.
So like, it doesn't hold as much impact as it does right now. Yeah. So like, if you did it 1 month afterwards, maybe it would even have even more impact, because they were like, shit, I missed the Epic Games one, but I got this one.
Yeah.
You know, but right now it just feels like the not so right timing.
Yeah. And I gotta agree with Guy Pastore. If they announced GTA 6 with the PlayStation 5, there would have been literal explosions everywhere.
Yeah.
I 100% agreed.
Agreed. We would be having a totally different conversation.
I don't
yeah,
know what the
definitely.
timing is on that because I think it's going to be more a couple of years before they announce GTA
Yeah,
6.
definitely.
I'd say
But they're taking their time with a new
Yeah,
GTA
they really
game.
are.
Jesus.
I'd say within a year we're gonna within 2021 around maybe November we would get a teaser, and then in 2022 we would actually start getting some gameplay trailers
Maybe on
throughout half
an
of
actual E3
2022.
that happens without
Yeah,
pandemics.
maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
Big
Uh,
maybe.
But then they start off the PlayStation 5 how they should start. And the very first game they actually announced that is new is, and I'm really excited for this one, Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, before you guys speak, I need to say this. It has been confirmed that this is being treated more like an expansion than an actual game.
Okay.
A standalone one at that. It's not a sequel. It's not a remaster. It's not a remake. It's treated more like an expansion. It's going to be, for the looks of it, we don't really have that many details. In a new setting with a new character, but they're probably going to still retain a lot of Spider-Man's quirks. So that gets the hype levels for me a little bit down. But again, the first Spider-Man was one of my favorite PlayStation 4 games, right after God of War, in my opinion. So, for me at least, I'm still hyped for this. Your opinion, boys?
Go ahead, Jin.
Talk about Miles Morales really becoming this big name nowadays with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now this. Someday, probably they're going to make a live-action movie out of him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to see Miles Morales in a Spider-Man game, without a doubt. I'm slightly disappointed that it's an expansion instead of an actual game. And I think they should have said it in the conference without having to clarify it afterwards.
Yeah.
That said, it does look cool, and it's going to depend on how long it takes for you to beat it as well. But I hope it's a decent amount of hours, and they actually explore what the Miles Morales character can offer.
Yeah.
And before you go, Job, I am sorry if I'm cutting you in. The timing for releasing a game about a main character being black.
I
is
was
just the
thinking
perfect
that.
timing.
Yeah.
It's just perfect.
Yeah.
So good job there, Sony.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, good job. Go ahead.
For me, I haven't seen necessarily the Spider-Man game for PS4. So I can't necessarily say much on my experience and what I'm experiencing with the new Spider-Man games and everything like that. Maybe when I get the PS5, I'll check it out. But from what I've heard about the Spider-Man games and everything like that, fluid gameplay, fantastic. Web spinning, traversing through the whole city and everything. It's gonna be definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting to see a new, one of the newest Marvel movies, Into the Spider-Verse, being transformed into video game character. That's gonna be really interesting. And I reflect what Jim Pachi said. I just hope to see a live action series with Miles.
Well, I can speak about Spider-Man a little bit. I'm just going to say this. Not a lot of games explore the idea of why a video game character is a villain. Most games, they're like, oh, this man is bad. Why is he bad?
He wants to take over the world.
He bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'll kick his ass. No, but on Spider-Man, you don't have that for all of the villains, but like, there's the villain specific, which I'm not gonna give any spoilers for, where you actually get to see his slow transformation into a bad guy. You understand what he's going for, and I'm gonna say it culminates in an ending that legit made me cry. Actually, twice in two completely different cutscenes. One of it was his interaction with the villain. Because you spent time with the villain and you interacted with him, and seeing him fall like that, and then at the end, calling for your name, calling for your humanity after what he did, it made me cry. Because the voice acting deliverance on this specific Spider-Man might very well be the best voice acting deliverance in
Yeah.
all the forms of Spider-Man media. To Tobey Maguire, the Amazing Spider-Mans, the other games, everything.
I
And
have
this one for me, Jesus.
Yeah, I have to reflect on what Amazon says in chat. If the color of his skin isn't something that's the main point in the game, then it'll be fine. Yeah, I completely agree.
It's most likely gonna be, but not in a in-your-face way.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
I think
If they do
going
it sort
with
of like
that.
Spider-Verse and,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
And again, we shared the same like reaction when it came to like when it came to Last of Us 2. Just as long as it isn't like in your face plastering you with a political move or a political message, it's fine.
It all depends on the way you target these types of stories. For example, if you target the type of story about feminism and you put the bad guys as being the men, generally speaking, the men, everyone's gonna hate it because that's basically translating the message of women are better than men. That's not what you want. You want a story that makes sense and is coherent according to ideologies that the real world has.
Yeah.
My point is, don't do Batwoman.
Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
Just don't do Batwoman.
Also, Sin. Spoiler alert, man. Come on. The heck.
It's not Dr. Octopus, by the way. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler to the spoiler.
Yeah.
Spoiler to
the spoiler.
Right. Anything else to add to this one?
I'm good.
Let's go.
Okay, next up we have Gran Turismo 7. Now, not a Cars guy. The only Cars game I played.
Yeah, not a Cars guy. So
I really like playing Forza Horizon 2. Forza Horizon 4. I really like it for some reason.
I gotta admit, whenever I got my PS2, after I played through like most of my PS2 games, I'm like, Gran Turismo. I wonder what this game. And honestly, I kind of enjoyed it. I think it was Gran Turismo 5. But honestly, I really, really like the Gran Turismo games, surprisingly.
That's for the PlayStation 3.
Gran Turismo 5? It was one of the Gran Turismo games. Whatever.
Most likely 4.
Yeah, it was probably 4. But regardless,
I'm not a Cars guy, but I love driving in GTA because it's not the main point.
Yeah.
Because you love crashing into things.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, exactly. I love arcadey feelings to it.
Yeah.
There's a little game that no one heard about, and you might do a video on that.
Mario Kart.
Called Mashed.
Oh.
Just Mashed. Mashed.
Yeah.
It's a little over the top view game where it's like your point of the game is going off camera and winning. Going off camera as in leaving the other guy off the camera, and so you win, and destruction and stuff like that. I love those types of games, but when it comes to simulations, racing games for realsies, I love Mario Kart. I don't like Forza Motorsport. I like Forza Horizon because it's way more arcadey and gives you the freedom to do whatever you want. So, seeing Gran Turismo 7, I see a definite improvement on the graphics.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I see a definite improvement on everything except the cockpit, by the way. The gloves look like from the PlayStation 2. I don't know why. Did they forget to program new?
Who knows?
New
Who knows?
gloves?
Hands physics, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the cockpits seemed really simplistic for the type of graphics they were displaying.
Yeah.
But anyway, Javai, go ahead.
For what?
You wanted to say something and I cut you off.
I don't know. For me personally, I am surprisingly kind of excited about Gran Turismo. Just surprisingly, because I'm not a big racing guy. But hey, it'll be definitely interesting to see.
All right. Next up, we have something really exciting that I totally fucked up on last week's podcast.
What? KJ messing something up? No way.
I said there's no way we would be having any Jack and Dexter game or any Ratchet and Clank game because it's just not the time frame.
I called it, chat!
What's
and Sony just looked at me and said, "Bet." And so they basically showed up a new Ratchet and Clank. With at least that it's about different worlds and different universes combining
I'll say it.
rifts, basically.
I'll say it once. I'll say it again. I fucking called it.
You did.
God
You did.
damn!
You did.
I'm super excited. But what's really funny though is a lot of gaming communities I'm part of and part of my friends' communities. There's a lot of pictures already going around based on the new character in Ratchet and Clank.
God damn it.
There's already so many fan art of the very 18 plus fan art of the newest character of Ratchet and Clank. Of Ratchet. And honestly, I'm super surprised.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
you said I'm super surprised. I thought you were gonna say, and honestly, I was.
No.
Let's go, man.
I haven't seen any of those. I personally haven't seen any of those like 18 plus fan art. But oh my god, dude, those artists work so fast. Can I just say, those artists work so fast. Good lord.
The game looked absolutely beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna say the game was the game that looked more next gen than anything else.
Absolutely.
In the physics, look, it's great, man. The particles. Sony heard the podcast last week and decided to throw particles at your face.
They decided to make me right instead of KJ, and I thank you.
No, make you super right. Gee, I'm super hyped for it. It looked really fun. It was basically particle simulator, but with a story, actually.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. Yes.
Absolutely. Loved it.
Yeah, they could have. They showed the trailer first, and that could have been enough. Like, I was hooked from that, and then they showed a gameplay, which was amazing. It was so chaotic, and it was so smooth at the same time.
Yeah.
It really is like next gen. Let's go. Particles in my face.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Next up, we have a little surprisingly decent teaser from Square Enix.
Surprisingly.
On a little game called. Yeah, because it's a project that's in very, very early access development.
Yeah.
According to Square Enix. So that's why it's really surprising that it looks like that and feels like. It's called Project Athia.
Athia, whatever.
I say Project Athia, so.
Yeah, Project Athia, which is basically a little Greenish style, parkour style, mage style. It's really hard to describe that without you really looking at the teaser.
It's really hard. It's really hard to describe any sort of Square Enix game, to be quite fair.
Yeah, really excited for that. What are you guys' opinion on?
Honestly,
I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
For me personally, werewolf-like creatures, flying sections. The flying sections I'm a little bit iffy about. But to be quite honest, Athia looks really interesting and really promising.
I got the vibe that it could be a open world game.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I think that would be really cool if it was, because those ideas of those monsters just going around and you just going through the map doing stuff like Witcher or other things, just killing a lot of monsters. That would be great. And there's other games like that in this presentation, which is
it could be it could be Prototype Nature Edition.
Oh boy.
Very true. Very true.
Oh boy.
Now, next up we have a little game called Stray. Now, I want to say that out of all the cuteness attempts they tried in this specific.
Is he gonna die? Is he gonna kill him?
I think he's gonna kill himself. God damn it! Job, at least finish your job.
Was it the cat?
Yeah, I think it was the cat. I think it was the cat.
The pussy killed me.
God damn.
The pussy killed you.
The pussy. That is right.
Every man's last words. The pussy killed me.
Every man's last word that they wish they could say.
Out of every single game's attempt at being cutesy, and definitely targeting a more childish audience, this one got me, and it was just a cinematic trailer. The world really seems original. It describes itself as a world where all the humans died, and they don't tell you that through a narration. They tell you that through the world of graffitis everywhere saying we miss humans and humans have died, and and if you didn't pay attention to that, you need to pay attention about the fact that you saw no human except one cat. And I have no idea what that game is going to be about. You're definitely going to be playing as a cat. And if you give me an open world game about a cat and the struggles of robots that have no humans, I am all up for it. It really looks good. Jalvi.
Yeah, definitely.
I honestly don't know how to feel about Stray. Stray to me it looks graphically wise, it looks really decent, but I don't know. It just I understand it's just a cinematic trailer and everything like that. It's the gameplay that worries me a lot, especially from a game like this. I don't know if it's going to be stealth wise. I don't know if it's because here's the thing. I don't want a game where you play as a cat and then you're just ending up fucking clawing at every single robot. That to me, I'm really concerned about Stray and its gameplay. In all honesty, that's the part where I'm most like concerned about. Graphically wise, I'm not too concerned about it. It looks absolutely fantastic, but gameplay wise, I'm really concerned.
Yeah, we have no idea
it's
about
still too early to even know what the hell they're going to do. It's
still really
with it.
early, but
yeah.
As long as they focus on the story aspect and they really pull the strings on your emotions, I think it's going to be really good. I really think it's going to be really good. But there's not really that much to speak about it. Do you guys want to add anything else?
I guess we'll see in 2021. Yeah, exactly. We'll see in 2021.
Next up, we have Returnal. It describes itself as a bullet hell, time looping, third-person shooter set in space, and not in space, also in worlds, where the objective of the game is you crashing down on a planet and surviving through various attempts. The style attempts to mix a little bit of Lovecraftian with the more naturey feel to it and space. So it's trying to be a lot of things, and I don't know if it's going to accomplish. That's my take on it. What are you guys' opinion on
the concept? This is one of those games where the concept might be let down by the restrictions of the game. So the point is, she dies over and over again, comes back, but the planet is completely different. Now, in an ideal world, this would mean every single time you die, there's a new planet with random generated enemies and all that sweet stuff. That's probably not going to be it, is it? So I don't know if the story, the narrative, will be able to cover and justify the fact that they can't actually deliver 100% on the concept. But the gameplay, though, and the graphics look pretty cool. But we'll see if it stands apart or not.
But in the real world, it's basically No Man's Sky at launch.
Well, then I'm really terrified in all the wrong reasons.
Off. Take those sunglasses off.
Just
they don't work. They don't work on you. I understand. You miss your Ray-Bans and everything. They don't work on you. I'm sorry.
I know.
It's so bad.
I'm having them throughout the next hour of this fucking podcast.
Next up is Little Big Planet. No, I'm kidding. It's called Sackboy Big Adventure.
It's called Sackboy.
That's the character, damn it.
Doesn't really matter. It's the character. Oh, little Tommy, what do you want for Christmas today? You know, Dad, I want sack.
I want a sack.
I want a big sack. I want a sack boy.
I want a little big sack.
Bye, guys. Bye. We're getting demonetized.
We're getting demonetized.
Can I be honest with you?
Please.
Sony tried to be Nintendo throughout the entire fucking conference, and I'll explain this in a while. But let me just say, this one is Sony's attempt at being Super Mario 3D World.
Basically.
And legit, it's the only one out of the three that really works. I'm super excited for this. It looks incredible, looks original, looks really fun to play. Good job there. Fuck you on the other two. But good job on this one.
What are other two? There's two more kitty games out here.
We'll get there when the time comes.
The third one.
I just say, I was really excited for a Little Big Planet game. And then they said, nope, it's not Little Big Planet, it's Sackboy. What the fuck?
Hey, I do think it's a good idea. I do think it would be cool.
I think
want
it's better.
that sack.
I think it's better than Little Big Planet. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't get me wrong. Little Big Planet is really good, but focusing on a campaign, focusing on already designed levels made by professionals feels better than having a bunch of levels created by community and slacking off on content from the developer's side. At least in my opinion, that's way better than what we had with Little Big. I'm way more excited for.
Super sack.
I just want a Little Big Planet 3. That's all I wanted.
And you might have it. You might have it, but
maybe,
not right now.
Not right now.
All right.
Anything else to add about this one?
I'm good.
You good? You sure?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I got it out. I think.
So
Hopefully.
next up, we had definitely one of the down times of the PlayStation 5. I was streaming the event. I spoke with around 9 people on this specific event. None of them, and I mean none of them, literally cared about this game. We're talking about Destruction All-Star.
There's really nothing much to say about Destruction All-Stars.
Yeah.
There really isn't.
What's the name of that?
It's Twisted Metal.
Thank you.
But
Yeah.
but it was designed by Jared Leto's Joker. That's what it looks like.
No, it's Twisted Metal, but unoriginal. It's Twisted Metal in a actual closed arena with neon lights everywhere where the twist is. If you lose your car, you're still alive because
Yeah. It's pretty random stuff.
looks very unoriginal, even though what I just said on paper sounds very. But the way
it just
they,
sounds bland. It just sounds bland.
And I'm gonna call it. It's gonna be Dead or Arrival, basically just like Crucible.
I guess, yeah. All right, next game.
Next game.
Let's go. I mean, Jesus.
Sony's answer to Pikmin
Yeah.
from Nintendo, basically. Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. First thoughts on that? How fucking cute can you make an animal?
Yeah,
Sony's answer. Us.
Bet.
Okay, we do this. Bet. And it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. It actually looks really interesting.
Love the visuals.
Love the visuals.
Absolutely.
Me and Jipachi had the same exact thought when this was happening. Well, on the opening seconds of this, it really looked like she was talking to the master.
Yeah.
You know,
Because it's this old wise.
Yes, yeah.
The classic old wise man, and then bam, baited you. That's actually the villain. Fuck you all.
Mhm.
Yeah. Big boy over here. And it looks really fun. It's all about delivery, and they definitely delivered on this trailer.
Looks promising. Absolutely.
Yeah. Nothing else to add?
Nope. Let's go.
Nope.
Next up, we have the game that we least know of.
Yeah. Volcano High.
This disturbed me. I am done. Look, I have been watching for another website that I do TV show reviews. I've been watching 13 Reasons Why. I am sick and tired of teen shows. I cannot handle more teen drama. This looks like teen shows with dinosaur cosplay. It looks super weird. It's probably gonna be like one of those episodic point-and-click Telltale stuff games. I don't know. It's so strange to announce this. I don't know what the hell.
Just F's and chat for Telltale. Honestly, F's and chat for Telltale.
F and chats for Telltale, man. God damn it.
Damn.
Look, I don't know how to say this without pissing off.
You're super hyped for this game.
No, without pissing off half of the world of furries.
Oh god. No, really, piss them off. They deserve it. To be honest, I'm sorry.
Not all of them.
I mean, after that whole Twitch thing, yeah, go ahead.
That whole Twitch, yeah, she deserves it.
Yeah, Volcano High, yes, Sugars. All right, so I legit love, and I absolutely love the art style behind Goodbye Volcano High, but I cannot stand the type of creatures that look like humans more than they look like animals. Something like Zootopia. You look at the movie and you see that that's definitely a fox that's just trying to be a fox, but it happens to have human clothes. This is the next step. This is like I'm really not a fan of these styles.
This is when science goes too far.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it kind of is. It really is. I respect it, though. I really respect it. But my first impressions on that was porn, and so was probably all three of us. And I just cannot get the step moving forward to actually enjoy myself fully to this game. And it's really a shame, because I mean this. I really mean this. I love this. I want to love this. I don't love this. I want to love this. But the characters, their actual character design kind of disturbs me. So I'm not going to play this, but I respect that this exists. That's kind of what I'm...
Yeah, I mean, having a hand-drawn style of art, I mean, props off to all the animators and everything like that. Not my thing.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can express myself.
Yeah. Next up is a game that I am super excited about. Just personally, I fucking love the series, Oddworld Soulstorm. It looks so good. It looks so. The action. I love it. Go on.
So intense. It's so good.
I'm so hyped.
That
I am not excited for it.
How the hell? God damn it. This is Jalify is me right now. If I could do this, I'm gonna do this. Excuse me. Right out of the stream.
My third time walking off, KJ, and this time it's your fault.
What the hell's wrong with you, KJ? I mean, Jesus.
Listen to me, boys.
At least you took off your fucking glasses, man.
Oh yeah, no, actually, let me get the full hate train.
No, you do that. I'm leaving again.
Cancel this copyright. Strike us right now. We deserve it.
End the stream. See ya. Goodbye.
Oh my god.
I was playing devil's advocate, buddy. I really do.
Even Satan likes this. I mean, come on. Jeez.
Okay, so while these generic cunts over here are basically going off of nostalgia, I need to be the one saying that the game looked really the same on every single cutscene they made. My biggest fear is that the game actually looks fun to play, don't get me wrong. And with the choices of being good or evil, of taking care of yourself or taking care of a full group and having a way harder game as a result, it was fun. I love the series. I legit really love the series. I even played that first-person, third-person shooter hybrid that you guys never heard about. Fuck you. Do you know what game I'm talking about?
Yeah, sure.
Suck my dick, Jalfai.
I'm just already ready to go on to the next game. Go on.
No, but we're not going.
Say your piece.
Oddworld's the greatest game ever.
Say your piece. Say your piece.
The problem that I seriously have with this game is that the game although looked really fun to play, literally every single frame by frame display they had was about the same exact map or the same exact ideology of map. And I understand. All the other games basically had that one style of map, but that was mainly due to limitations, and limitations being, due to the time, there were creative limitations. You needed to do sacrifices, but doing that for the purposes of having the game exactly like it was on other versions of the game just feels wrong for me, because that limitation doesn't exist anymore. It looks nice. It feels like it's going to be playing nice, but I feel like it's going to be super repetitive. And that's my point. Half of you didn't even heard that. I'm pretty sure Jinpachi heard that, but Jalvai is just, injecting that nostalgia feel into it.
Do you have anything
nostalgia, man.
Do you have anything to add, Jinpachi?
You look at it's not about nostalgia. You look at the game, and the game looks freaking impressive and fun to play. That's just it. And there's different levels. You can tell that there's different levels.
It
doesn't look all the same. No, goddammit! There's particularly one that is. This is gonna be sounding dumb, but there's one level that they showed that they're in a cave and it's blue, and that's a different whole scenario.
All right.
Yeah, and it looks like it's gonna be that little cave, and then the big boy train, and that's it. That's all they showed, and that's what's worrying. I might literally be eating my shits when the game comes out, and it turns out to be really original and good. Yes, but I need to hold my my nostalgia hat out of my head, because I'm still afraid that I might be right. But if I'm wrong, I'll eat those words. I'll come out in stream and be like, yeah, boys, turns out I was wrong, like I did with Ratchet and Clank. I just legit said, I didn't try defending myself. I was like, you're right, Jalvai. But that's why people like me exist, to play the devil's advocate, to be the voice of those that are concerned.
To be wrong.
See, I might be wrong.
All right.
I really might be wrong.
You know what time it is, boys? I think it's time to move on to the next game.
Let's go.
Coming from Bethesda and Tango Gameworks is Ghostwire Tokyo. Honestly,
yeah,
I like the style of the game. It looks.
Here we go again, man.
Oh my.
Here we go again.
I
don't know what's happening.
Go on. Come on.
He lost the taste.
Come on. Go on for it.
All right. I'm not going to attack the game. I think the game looks incredible. I think the game looks really fucking fun to play. And I think the game is going to be setting out to be a beautiful hit. And Bethesda definitely needs this hit.
Yeah.
Now,
yes, they do.
But
with that being said, if King Ed was here, he would express exactly the same thing as I'm expressing. This has nothing to do with the game, but with the hype me and King Ed created about the game. Let me do a very quick research.
Honestly, it kind of looks something like Hideo Kojima would make.
Okay. All right.
That's just me. Just me.
I just needed the name. Shinji Mikami is a horror artist. He is the man responsible for some of the best horror games out there. And we're not talking horror games like that are fast-paced. We're talking horror games like Resident Evil, like The Evil Within, where, yes, there is action, but the main focus is always on the idea of creating a horror setting that scares you mentally. And I'm not saying this one has it. I just got a little bit disappointed because I was expecting a totally different. That's it. When this game was first announced, it looked like it was going to be a style of game set in a very moody Tokyo, and it was going to be one of those slow build-up games that lead you into some really nice psychological horror. But instead, what the trailer shows is a very action-heavy horror game. Yes, there is different styles of horror, and yes, it's not the first work from Shinji Mikami that does that, but all the teasers and all the the main points of this game we knew about it were going to lead us to believe that it was going to be one of those Silent Hill style games. And as it turns out, it's completely the opposite. It's action horror. And that's just why I got a little bit disappointed. But with that being said, I think the game looks absolutely incredible.
The game looks absolutely fantastic.
You're basically cosplaying as Naruto and just, doing the...
And fighting Slenderman with umbrellas.
Where's your Naruto sword?
Yeah, where's that?
Where's your Naruto sword? Where's your Gintama sword?
And kill yourself, by the way, with these opinions. So you just shove it right in your chest.
Yeah.
Did you lose the swords?
I honestly think. I honestly.
Jinpachi, that's a One Piece sword.
Oh. It's the same thing.
Yeah, honestly. Honestly, kind of remind me of Bleach in a way, you know.
God.
Yeah, just a little bit, Looks like something right out from Fire Force.
Yeah, Jalvi. Whoops.
Yeah.
Next up.
God damn.
Next up is Jet the Fire.
We forgot about Jinpachi's opinion.
Sorry, go ahead.
Look, I think the game looks fantastic. The whole horror elements of it are great. The design of the creatures that they showed, amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm really hyped up. This, for like a few moments, scared the hell out of me because I thought, oh my god, this is gonna be a VR game.
Yeah.
And I hope it's not a goddamn VR game. I hope it's a normal game.
It's a first-person game though, which honestly I'm kind of excited about. It looks actually
I'm
really
excited about this game.
Yeah.
The gameplay looks amazing. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't misconstrue me. I'm really fucking excited about this game, and I mean it. I just had to readjust my thoughts about it, and that's why it was a little bit disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm full on the hype train for this. Shinji Mikami always made games that were very different, played very different, and felt different. And this one is shaping out to be a really good game.
Yeah.
I just got a little bit disappointed because I was expecting something that's not there. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be good. I think it's going to be really, really, really fun.
Yeah, I said this once and I'll say it again. It kind of looks like a game that Hideo Kojima would make. That's just me.
Now, up next we have the game that did nothing wrong, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really care that much about it. It's cool that they showed a type of indie game like this, but there were better indie games for me displayed here, and I'm excited. Jet the Fair Show.
Didn't show too much. Like, I watched it, I was like, okay, this is sci-fi, and that's it. That's all you get from it.
Yeah, there's really nothing much to say about Jet the Far Shore. It looks interesting, but we'll just have to see. We'll just have to get more information on that game for sure.
Now, up next, it comes, and this is legit.
Yes.
The second game that disappointed me the most in this fucking godforsaken conference. There were not that many downtimes for me on the PlayStation conference. Maybe like games that I don't really care that much about.
I'm about to leave again for the 5th time.
Why? Am I saying something that you don't share the opinion with? It was basically Gearbox's new game. Was it Gearbox's? Yes, it was Gearbox. Yeah. Just checked it.
This was the one with the weird music, wasn't it?
Yeah, the one with the weird music.
What the hell is up with that?
The very, very uninspiring game. Like,
I don't know. Just I don't know. For me, just the premise of unlocking godlike armor to defeat your foes. That I don't know. That sort of thing for me is like, I would rather have a challenge than have a fucking cakewalk.
It's not even that. It's like the game, the setting of the game. First of all, the weapons uninspiring, the armor uninspiring.
Yeah.
The enemies generic. A boss fight that's a giant arachne woman number 69 fight. The normal enemies generic as fuck. The environment literally looks like Black Desert's environments, but with a different coat of paint on it. And that's to say, really fucking uninspiring. and literally like every single RPG ever. Nothing about this game screamed, "Oh, maybe I want to buy this." To me, even oh my god, even Hitman 3 made me be like, at least it looks interesting.
Save it until we get there, damn it.
Honestly.
Save it until we get there.
But look, I agree with you, and I have to say it also suffers from the fact that in this same conference there were similar games that looked better than this and more original. So
Definitely.
And keep in mind, what hurts them the most is that this is a company known for delivering original content. I mean, if you look at the entire Borderlands franchise, even if you don't like the main line of bad guys from Borderlands 3, you cannot argue that story-wise, it's really good. Their side quests, talk about story quests, side quests are beautiful, well animated, well scripted, well within the funny levels. They did the funny on the Borderlands series. And then going from a game as inspiring as that, oh my god, Jabo, and going to this, it just feels bad. Yeah. And excuse me, boys, I really have to go. John, take it away.
Sure.
My mom's not feeling that well. I'll be right back.
Sure. Jinpachi, do you have anything else to add?
No, we can move on.
All right. Next up is a game that I am personally pretty excited about. It's from the developers of Hyper Light Drifter, which is a notoriously hard indie game. It is Solar Ash. Visuals, it looks absolutely. It looks like something out of Journey, personally.
True.
And
True.
I don't know. I just love that just aesthetic, that neon aesthetic. And it looks really, really promising. It really does.
The looks sell the game right away. They're amazing. They really look great. About the gameplay, it was too short to get a handle of how it's gonna go. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely a game that deserves to keep attention on because it looks great and it might have a great concept as well. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Next up is visuals are great, but I don't know if I'd play it myself. I don't know about that, Sugar Sweet. I personally, I loved playing the Hyper Light series. The Hyper Light series for me was an amazing indie game. I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I'm really quite excited about it. Next up is Hitman 3. Not gonna lie to you, I just recently played through Hitman Absolution. I'm starting to make my way through Hitman 2016 and Hitman 2. And I haven't really seen much about that gameplay. What do you think, Jim?
Look, I really am a huge fan of Hitman Absolution, and the little that I played, didn't play too much of the most recent Hitman. I also enjoyed. I think they were making out some good Hitman games. This one looks promising. It looks like the graphics have been up a little bunch. It seems the game levels, the idea of being in Dubai and doing a mission, that seems great, and I hope that they have more original ideas like that for this game. The only real issue I have, and it's an issue that KJ also has, so I'm going to represent him here too, is that they said it was going to be, they showed a little bit of the trailer or something, and then they said, here's a little bit of gameplay. And that wasn't gameplay. That was, we played the game, but then we cut it and we made it look stylish and cool, and we don't even see, like, coherent sequences. We just see cuts.
What's with all these different game developers saying, hey, gameplay trailer, and
oh my god,
and it doesn't look like gameplay at all. I'm still waiting on my Valhalla gameplay, by the way. Where's that, Ubisoft? Where's that?
I was surprised this wasn't here. I was expecting this to be here, and it wasn't.
Yeah, same. A Hitman game went free on GOG. Oh, did it really?
Yeah, it did.
I'll have to see that. Next up is a game that's going to be preloaded onto the PS5. It's Astro's Playroom. Honestly, I don't have really much to say about Astro's Playroom. It's supposed to be some sort of a platforming game. I don't know, because we only got a brief gameplay glimpse. I don't know. For me, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. But apparently, it's preloaded onto the PS5.
It sort of looked like it was like Sackboy, the Sackboy game. This one is like another one of those games, but doesn't look nearly as inspiring or interesting, I guess. Compared to Sackboy. There's nothing really much to add. I just watched and was like, okay, sure, let's go.
It's definitely one. It's I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit more excited about this game than I am Sackboy, to be quite honest. In my head, it's kind of like that, but in my heart, it's like, no, Sackboy's gonna be better because Little Big Planet.
Right.
I don't know. I'll just say though, Astro is a pretty cute character, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
Yeah.
Kid-friendly stuff.
Next up is Little Devil Inside. I honestly don't have much to say about this game either. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Really? This is the game that looks like sort of little cartoon characters, right?
Yeah.
Really enjoyed watching this trailer because it kept going into different scenarios.
Yeah, there was stealth sections. There was I think there was part of the trailer where they were fighting dragons or something like that.
Yeah, they fight a dragon. They fight like an octopus underwater. They fight a lot of characters, and they also seem to have this sort of Victorian town.
Yeah.
And the humor looks really cool. I was really surprised by this. I think it's one of the games that's up there in terms of being excited about. Honestly. Looks really cool.
I don't know. For me, Little Devil Inside, it's I don't know. There's something about the game that's kind of giving me like an off signal. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's the art style. I have no idea.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Next up is NBA 2K21, and right after that,
that was basically how it happened in the thing.
Pretty much. The only thing that we saw from 2K21, NBA 2K21, was sweat. Like
yes,
that's pretty much what we got was realistic. So like, for a second there, I thought this turned into like an Old Spice commercial. Because with Kevin Hart and everything like that, like I thought this was going to turn into an Old Spice commercial with NBA 2K21. Do you
Old
have
Spice Simulator?
Yeah. I'll be completely honest. I do end up playing the NBA 2K games just a little bit. It's actually one of the only sports games that I do play. Because my brother introduced me to it, like NBA 2K10, which is still my favorite, by the way. NBA 2K10 is still my favorite. Really nothing else to say about NBA 2K21 for me.
Yeah, I think it's I play it once in a while, but it's not that big of a deal to me. But look, the teaser I guess was for the graphics. And people to be like, oh my god,
so realistic sweat on these characters.
We're gonna see the athletes sweat. Woo!
Realistic gameplay.
Like, I didn't care. Even if they showed like a normal gameplay, I probably wouldn't care. So
yeah,
this was like, whatever. You have sweat, good for you, I guess. Let's go.
I think for all these like NBA games or even like all these FIFA games, they just have like one special improvement in their engine. It's like, hey, we got sweat now. Holy shit! Go buy this new game. Next up is a game that is actually kind of cute. Not gonna lie, it kind of reminds me of Pikmin still. Bugsnax. Honestly, nothing really much else to say about Bugsnax. It looks like a Pikmin style game. to be quite honest.
I don't know if this was the other third child-friendly game that KJ was talking about. I think he's sort of missing the point because this game is made by the creators of Octodad.
Octodad, yes. Absolutely.
And I really, and so I remember that I talked to him, and he said that the game looked really weird and
Yeah,
off-putting.
definitely.
I think that's sort of the point. I think this is gonna be one of those. Oh, this is for kids, and then no, this is really fucked up and weird, and you eat and you become what you eat and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna be really cool. Let's see what happens with that.
Yeah.
I hope that it's more than what it seems.
It kind of for me it kind of gives off that like Steve Irwin vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, having that Australian announcer girl, and then just him, and then her just having just ending up yeeting that fucking thing into her mouth. That's pretty funny, not gonna lie. Next
up, a walking strawberry with legs and then with an eye.
Yeah. A walking strawberry with like, oi, this is the natural strawberry in its natural habitat. I'm gonna eat the shit out of it. Was that racist? What was that racist?
No, that was fine. You came right in time. This is the greatest game of this presentation. It's the game where a strawberry with legs gets eaten by an Australian.
It's absolutely fucking
hippo?
Steve Irwin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I come back to? Keep talking. I'll come back to the next one. Okay?
All right.
It's fine.
Next up is the game.
Don't you dare!
This is the
skip this
game
one.
that everyone is hyped for. That I'm gonna let KJ take.
I'm gonna actually speak about the other one. I still need to give my 2 cents about that one.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Demon Souls. You know.
No, don't want to. About a hippo eating a cheeseburger and having his hand being transformed into anything but a cheeseburger, because when you give zero fucks into making a trailer on the biggest platform of them all.
Oh, I'm hating on you right now, man.
It's really weird.
This game looks great.
It looks great, but it's fucking weird. Coming from the
point, it's an Octodad thing. It's supposed to be really weird.
Imagine this is a cheeseburger, right? Imagine this is a cheeseburger.
This looks like a kid's program on drugs.
That's how they eat the cheeseburger. If you see the animations of eating, it's like.
I think that's part of the humor.
Coming from like, for me, coming from an Octodad, coming from the developers of Octodad, I'm actually kind of excited about this because the last Octodad game that we had was around what, 2012, 2013, somewhere around there.
Stop bragging on nostalgia.
It's not even about nostalgia. It's about the developers.
No. Look, this is like saying, look, From Software made Dark Souls, and now From Software is doing this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably gonna be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen,
like we're not banking on nostalgia here.
Yes.
Listen.
God damn it.
I
even as nostalgia
don't know anything about the game, but it doesn't look like being an Octodad. It might have the comedic timings of it. It might have
kind of does. I will say
they show snippets of gameplay, and it's all about the hamsters with balls, monkey ball.
I don't know. For me, it kind of looks like Octodad because whenever the Australian tour guide fucking eats that fucking walking strawberry, her arms just transform into what, a hamburger and something else. I don't remember what the last one was.
But that's like saying, listen, this game is very close to destroy all humans because you basically consume stuff and you become that stuff. It has nothing to do with that. There's no gameplay that shows one having correlation with the other besides the transformation stuff. Fucking Spore did that. Is Spore up to that traveling now?
Don't at me.
Fucking Spore, Jalvi.
If I could,
what
I
do you
would
have
pre-order
against Spore?
this game.
What do you have against Spore? Spore is an amazing game.
Spore is a pretty good game.
Spore is an amazing game. Don't at me. Don't at me. Go announce the next game. Announce the next game.
Okay,
let's go.
Fucking Demon Slayer. I'm fucking excited about Demon Souls.
Oh, we skipped NBA, KJ. I'm sorry that you can't talk about NBA. It's really...
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of things you wanted to say about them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sweat simulation. Yes, very good.
Anyways.
Next time you
Yes.
want to carry on Smite, I'll
Yes.
fucking choose Ymir mid.
I think that sounds fine.
Hey, Ymir
Let's
mid
go.
actually works though.
You know
Yeah,
what I
Ymir-
wanted to do? I saw a video about Mercury support, and I'm gonna try it out.
Oh, absolutely.
Fucking
Dude, I will say
And
though,
this is
Ymir
what it
mid
is.
actually fucking works. Ymir mid actually
does.
fucking works. You want to
It's
know?
great.
And this is coming from a guy that hasn't played Smite in fucking years.
And he knows it.
Yeah, and I know
Played
it.
Ymir off-road before it was
mid,
cool.
Ymir mid actually fucking works.
Yeah.
Sport is
Ymir
highly
cool
loved
off.
too because of its weird shit. I agree.
I need to cool off after what you guys said.
All right,
so I did
and
this
that's the
shit
next
just for that.
game, KJ.
Yes,
Hurry
let's
up,
move
Jesus.
No!
There you go.
It's
move on to
Demon
this.
Soul! I'm hyped as fuck! Damn it!
I don't know.
Stop making me want to buy a PlayStation! I'm supposed to hate you, Sony!
I don't know. For me personally,
Stop!
I'm not feeling this Demon Souls. I'm sorry. It doesn't look all that great. It honestly just looks really disappointing on my end.
I needed to up the strength
Kappa.
on the shit you just said. It's starting to smell like shit.
I
A hell of a lot.
I can't even, bro. Listen, I can't even say that with a straight face. No, I'm honestly, I'm really excited about Demon Souls. Just the remake of Demon Souls. It's amazing.
Yes.
I went to Ymir Jungle Sin and
Ymir's
I
great.
carried an entire game.
Yeah.
Ymir is one of the best characters, and Demon Souls.
By the way,
The fact that it's a remake, I think, even makes it more exciting than if
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a remaster.
yeah. By the way, the Amason is legit one of the only people that I know that still actively plays mine. So, let's just say,
What a man.
yeah. All
I'm
right.
gonna get on my level.
Damn.
Do we have anything else to say about Demon Souls?
Yes, I do. When I first
course you do.
saw the game, dude, I studied these games a bit too much. Okay,
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I have no social life, which leads me into a rabbit hole of trying to understand about as much as what I'm gonna say
Mm-hmm.
in a podcast.
Yeah.
Here we
A
go.
bit too much. I agree that I talk too much, but it's because I'm passionate about it. Suck my nuts. Get you out, Pichu. 1v1 me, bruh. Ymir only.
Bah. You don't
like
want
I
that.
was
Trust
saying.
me, he's gonna kick your ass.
Yeah. Right.
I'm gonna kick your ass. Don't know you, me.
Yeah.
Demon Souls. When I first reacted to it on stream, the beginning didn't look anything.
But we
Like Demon Souls.
we all came to the same thought that it was going to be Demon Souls anyway.
No, because it really didn't even look like a Dark Souls game.
For me,
It
it did.
legit didn't.
For me, it
Like,
also did.
Yeah.
Up until the point where I saw generic to the norm, and I'm like, yeah, that's Dark Souls. That's come on. There's only one game with this type of generic armor. I used to be top 25 Ymir, bud. Yeah, well, I played on American servers. It's not that hard.
Actually, that's true.
Oh.
Europeans are better
Fuck.
players than Americans in Smite.
Damn, Sid.
And
He
that's
called you out,
it's
bud.
a fact.
Damn.
It's a fact.
Don't flex on me.
Oh,
I'm a guy that pulls Yanis
Oh my!
jungle.
Hold on.
with 25 plus skills, dude.
Hold on. So, back in the day, back when I first met this guy, right? Back on the old Joust map, back in beta, me and this
God
guy,
damn.
1v1'd Ymir. This guy pulled off the most bullshit move I have ever seen. Okay, so you know how sometimes Ymir will like use his wall to like create create the wall behind him, right?
Right,
So
yes.
so what I do, right? So what I do is I create the wall behind me. He ends up putting a wall in front of me, and I get sandwiched in between the two. I can't move. I literally can't move,
Sin.
and he fucking kills me. Bullshit.
Sin. The fact that you're
Bullshit.
a Shaq main in 2020 says all
Fuck.
about you, bud.
don't shock shame him.
I know. What's wrong with Shock?
Shaq's cool, man.
Yeah, Shock is
cool,
fucking
yeah.
amazing.
Shaq.
Cool. Shaq works
Dude,
almost everywhere.
Dude,
It's just not viable.
Dude, Shaq has the
That says
vertical of
everything
Shaq.
about you.
Bro,
By the
Shaq
way,
has the vertical of
what
Shaq.
What about the fact that it's the only game you see the generic armor? Doesn't that make it non-generic armor?
Oh.
I don't know.
Big brain.
This is big brain,
brain.
man.
But big brain this, right? Big brain this.
Yes.
When I refer to it as generic armor, like if you think about one armor and one armor only, about the most generic armor ever, that armor from Demon Souls comes to mind. Yes, not everyone uses it, but even if you never played Demon Souls, that one piece of armor that you would think about would be exactly that one. That's what I say generic.
Yes,
yeah, no one
I
uses
understand
that.
this.
That's true.
I just wanted to shit on you.
Yeah, well, as soon as I saw that, I was like, wait, is this a new Dark Souls? And then they debated the shit out of me. Because, like, I thought, wait, is this a new Dark Souls? And then they showed a skeleton that has nothing to do with the type of vibes that Demon Souls or Dark Souls give. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm so confused. And then
I called it, though. I did call it was going to be Demon Souls.
yeah, and then when they showed it was Demon Souls,
Yeah.
My nuts went up my butt. It was incredible.
Okay, so now
I'm super excited.
So now you turn into a woman. All right. Anything else we can want to add? All right. Next game is a game from Arcane Studios, and it is honestly one of the most concerning games that I have on this list.
Yes, Jovi!
Deathloop.
Yes!
One of the most concerning games because it literally has the same gameplay style as Dishonored. It honestly looks like a fucking reskinned clone of Dishonored. But then at the end of the trailer, it looked like it was going to be a 1v1 shooter on a map.
I'm gonna. How much does a book of flights to California cost nowadays? Let me see.
Like 1,000, like 1,300.
I need to suplex a certain someone looking dude.
It's literally a fucking Dishonored clone. It's a
reskin.
It's a reskinned Dishonored clone. Don't at me, Jipachi. What do you got?
I have to disagree with you because.
Thank you.
Look, it looks like a Dishonored.
No, don't speak because he's not listening.
Well, I'm gonna speak anyways. We have viewers that like Ymir, so it looks like Dishonored had a baby with Borderlands.
And to me that looks great. Had a 3-way with Borderlands and spy movies. You kidding me?
And it has this good idea, again, going back to the other sci-fi third-person game, the Returnal thing. It has that you die, you come back to life stuff, which I think can make a pretty fun campaign for a first-person shooter. And it can also work in a co-op multiplayer thing. I think this looks great. It's one of the most promising games of the whole stream.
I was kind of miming Jalvi, but I'm literally in the middle of this.
This looks like the Gearbox game that it should have been.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm halfway through Jalvi and Jinbachi because on one way, the ragdoll physics on that look incredible. I'm a huge fan of pushing and pulling people and just pushing off a building. I love doing that. Every game that makes me do that, and with the added bonus that's ragdoll, sign me in. The abilities look really fun. Everything looks really fun. Love the atmosphere. Love the style. Love the voice actors, even though it's just a trailer. They just look. But what really concerns me is if this is not a single player. Because if this is not the single player game, it's going to be dead before it even fucking arrives.
Yeah,
Crucible, this game is going to make Crucible look like an absolute win.
And here's the thing too, because I absolutely love the Dishonored games, Dishonored 2, not so much with the PC port because, you know, big issues when it first arrived.
They fixed it.
Yeah, they fixed it by now, but it was still like pretty god awful when it first released on PC. I absolutely love the Dishonored games. The stealth mechanics in that were absolutely amazing in Dishonored 1 and Dishonored 2. God damn it, stop eating in front of your fucking desk. You're gonna spill something. I already fucking know it. But for me, I don't know, Deathloop just doesn't seem like a game that I would enjoy, especially from Arcane Studios, which makes me kind of disappointed to say, because Arcane Studios has been a game studio that has not really emphasized, but encouraged different ways of play when it comes to the games. I don't know how Deathloop is going to be like. Again, I like it's for me, it's one of the most concerning games because I have so many questions about it. So that's what I'll end it off with. Anything else,
I hope it's a
Jinpachi?
success.
I hope it's a success.
Yeah, I hope it's
Make it a
succeeds
single
too.
player game, please.
Yeah, I hope
I'm
it's
tired of multiplayer games. Jesus Christ.
next game.
Sorry.
This next game is a game that I know that I think all of us are excited about, right?
Yep.
Every single one of us.
Every
I think
single
this
one
is
of
the
us.
best game of the stream. To be
I
honest.
think so. I think this has got to be one of the best games ever on the stream. Resident Evil Village. Honestly, I just hope I honestly just hope it's better than Resident Evil 3 remake.
Well, we all hope that. Yeah.
That's all I'll say. I hope
We can all agree on that.
Yeah, hold on. Can I just go on, KJ? Go on. What are you gonna say?
That's a very small bar to say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll just say though, what happened to Chris? Chris looks like he gained a few pounds. Chris doesn't look like the buff ass Chris that we saw in Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 5. He really looked like he let himself up.
He's midlife crisis, Chris. That's what he is.
He looks like he
looks cool, I think.
He kind of looks
you.
cool. He looks cool, but I don't. Something about his face. Something about his face. He kind of looks like the fucking Kool-Aid man. You know what I mean? He kind of looks like the Kool-Aid man, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm fucking big, but he's so wide. His face looks like he's gained a couple pounds. I'm like, is that really Chris?
When you're in your 50s, come talk to me about weight.
But seriously, Chris looks so weird in the fucking overall. The gameplay looks amazing. The fucking facial animations and everything like that. The facial expressions, the facial motion capture and everything. Resident Evil and Capcom really did do a really great job with the Resident Evil engine. And Resident Evil 8 is I predict that it's going to be one of the best Resident Evil games out there, rivaling maybe 4, to be quite honest with you. Or even honestly, I didn't really even like 7. For me, I think Resident Evil 8 is going to top off 7, and it's going to top off 4. I do really think that it's going to be a great game like that. KJ may think otherwise. KJ may think that Resident Evil 7 is one of the greatest Resident Evil games of all time, but honestly, I don't really like it. Sorry, can you do that once more? I want to make that my. I'm sorry. Hold on. Can you do that one more time? I want to make that my sub sound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, everyone, shut up. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
No problem, buddy. I'm really good at doing Reese.
No!
I'm sorry.
No, it didn't play. No.
Oh,
well.
fucking.
Hold on. Wait. It's fine. We'll do it after. We'll do it afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got fucking triggered that you said you didn't like Resident Evil 7. It's my favorite Resident Evil.
I don't know. For me, I didn't feel Resident Evil 7. I'll be completely honest. I didn't feel Resident Evil 7 at all.
7, 4, 2.
I don't know. I don't know. I just really didn't feel 7.
Man,
gone.
when the old man appears in the trailer and you see his face, it's so impressive. The graphics,
Yes,
look so
absolutely.
good. I'm loving that they're making a game that was for like 5 or 6 installments the same. Oh, it's zombies. And now in 7 they made a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. They're doing a werewolf supernatural thing,
it kinda-
and it all fits. I'm so excited for what they're doing with this.
For me, what sold me was is that it looked like there was going to be another executioner type enemy in the trailer with the guy with the big ass hammer. I'm super excited about that enemy. This game looks absolutely amazing.
I called it was going to be Resident Evil Village during the stream.
I think everyone called out it was going to be RE8.
Before anyone did, like 4 seconds into this, everyone was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh
and
wow,
I
good
was
for
like,
you!
"That's people, bitches!"
Wow,
I
good
knew
for
it.
you! Wow, good for you!
I had a small inside me that just called it.
Yeah, definitely.
What the fuck? Your rees are so
That
bad.
wasn't even me. That was Jin. Do we have anything else to add?
No.
Okay.
We need to speed this up. That's what I have to add. We're almost 2 hours into this.
Are we?
Yes,
Oh my
we
god,
only
we
have two
are.
more games,
Holy
right?
fuck.
So let's go.
Yeah. Next up, we got Pragmata, which honestly looks like a Hideo Kojima game, but it's really a Capcom game. But again, it's also looking like a Kojima game. It's a post-apocalyptic game set in a world where cats are holograms, which sounds weird, but hey,
The entire planet is an hologram.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Everyone was saying on my chat, it's an Hideo Kojima game. It's the next Hideo Kojima game. And I kept being like, no, it's not, you idiots.
It looks like a Hideo Kojima game.
Everything that looks weird is an Hideo Kojima game, and we just don't know it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was secretly developed by Hideo Kojima. Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing to say about it. There's not really any more details besides cats being holograms.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of cats in sci-fi apparently, but it's the most. It's the one that's coming out the latest, right? It's 2022.
I think so.
So we'll probably still have to see a lot of it before it even comes out.
Yeah,
I'll call it on E3 next year if there's an E3.
Yeah,
probably.
We'll get the gameplay on it.
Yep. Next up is a game that I am also excited about: Horizon Forbidden West. Honestly, I didn't even think I didn't think it was gonna be a Horizon game when I first saw it. But then as soon as the trailer went by, honestly, kind of looks pretty good for me. She'll be able to explore underwater and discover secrets beneath the surface. And a plague appears to be causing local wildlife to die off. That is the main premise of Forbidden West.
Very relatable right now.
Yeah. Very relatable. Honestly, I'm really excited about it personally.
Yeah. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, I can tell. I can honestly tell.
Why are you hating on good things, man?
Honestly, Horizon Zero Dawn was an amazing game.
I think Horizon Zero Dawn is a 6 out of 10.
Damn, I haven't played it. I cannot comment. So I'm just here.
Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has their own opinion. All right.
But come on, say that. But some opinions are wrong. Come on, I know you were going that way.
Yeah, but some opinions are wrong.
Listen, buddy. I think Horizon Zero Dawn, if it's stuck with what they created, aka rediscovering technology and seeing those incredible Transformers, dinosaurs, mechanized dinosaurs, the world is beautiful. The interactions with said dinosaurs with their individual AIs is incredible. But then you spend half of the fucking game with generic stealth action after generic stealth action on human AI that makes Anthem's AI look like a masterpiece.
Yeah.
That's the sad part about it. I was really enjoying Horizon Zero Dawn on its intro, but then as soon as it started dealing with humans way more than with wild animals like it should be, it completely fucked over. It's really pretty. It plays really, really well, except on the interactions with humans.
Okay.
That's what really was a turn off for me. But I'm really excited.
As a guy, that's what I was gonna ask. Are you excited for this, even though you didn't like too much?
Because of the Last of Us effect.
Yeah.
It's the idea that I see promise on a game like Last of Us.
Yeah.
Right. I cannot deny that the story is incredible. The world they built is incredible, and I have the same feeling for Horizon Zero Dawn too.
All Okay.
It's going to be looking to improve on everything that we really liked.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be running out of time, so I don't think we'll be doing the whole like upcoming games list. But first off, I do want to just give our little 2 cents on what we feel about the console. Personally,
Right.
I hate the design. Or let me rephrase. I like the design. I love the design, but the practicality of it. But the practicality of the design is garbage. That's what I'll say. Oh god, my webcam almost nearly fell there. I kind of now that I keep on looking at it, I'm kind of into the design, but the practicality of it is dumb. It is really
like
dumb.
We have a mediocre man, we have a man that really liked it, and we have a man that really hates it. I'm the man that really hates it. I think that router has no place in my home. Will I buy one if I had the
Absolutely.
money? Of course I would.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for the
You wanna
games,
fucking-
definitely not for the feels. Because I really hate the PlayStation 5. Now, there's an argument, because I said if it wasn't black, I would accept it. And not that I would like it, I would accept it. And a lot of people very fast come to me and say, there's going to be a black version. One, it's not 100% confirmed, and two, even though it was there's probably a black version, which it would look 3 times better. That's not the point. The point is they went with their main line being white.
Yeah.
That's what triggers me.
The
It
official
like-
more common will be white, yeah.
Like
I
said-
don't like
like
the
I said-
aesthetics of it. We can go over 2 hours. Don't worry. I don't like the aesthetics,
Yeah.
but making it white makes it look like one of those cheap copies of consoles you can buy somewhere.
Yeah.
And that goes for the controller too, especially the controller.
I mean, like I said, I originally I didn't really enjoy the design. I thought the design looked super fucking retarded. But now that I keep on seeing it, honestly, oh my god, what is with my camera now? What the but now that I keep on watching, and now that I keep on seeing the whole PS5 thing and everything like that, I've gotten used to the design. Honestly, it still feels weird having it being part of like a stand that you have to put it on a stand, whether you want to mount it vertically or horizontally. I don't personally like that. Honestly, the design could change a little bit. Honestly, I would much rather enjoy the spaceship, the spaceship looking PS5 that was teased about the PS5 than the design that we have now, because at least then it could actually look a little bit better, in my opinion.
Hell, I would prefer the Minecraft block that's the
or that.
Yeah,
or that.
Oh, that's sacrilege. That is sacrilege.
I'll
the new Xbox is a living piece of crap.
I will say though,
looks ugly.
the Xbox
it's
Series
meant to look like a PC.
I will say
It's
though, the
meant to look like a rock that you
Xbox
throw.
Series X looks like a fucking brick.
Exactly. It looks like you went to a building, it collapsed in the apocalypse, and there's this rock
Yeah.
that fell in your head, and you're like, oh, this bitch,
At
and then
least-
that's the Xbox.
At least the PS5 is a lot more better looking aesthetically than the Xbox mini fridge.
Yes.
At least you can murder someone with that Xbox. Can you say the same about PlayStation 5?
Yes,
you
because
throw
the edge is-
the
the edge
The,
doesn't
PlayStation
hurt
the
5.
edge, dude,
No,
the
you
edge.
throw-
edge
you throw
cuts
the
your
PlayStation
throat.
5, and because
hate
of the
that shit.
and because of the asymmetric feeling, it just falls down instantly. At least with the Xbox, you throw it like a block. It's fine. You'll kill someone with it.
You can't even throw
You
it, it just
yeet the
smashes you.
PlayStation 5.
You Milo
yeet
that
the
shit.
PlayStation 5 and
You
it's gonna
Milo
be
that
like-
shit.
I have no problems with the design. I think it looks modern. I think it looks futuristic. I think it brings that next gen feel. I just hate that it's white, and I hate that.
I'm in between. When
And
it
I
comes
also
to
hate
it.
the controller because it's white. I think
yeah.
Yeah, I
in,
hate
bla-
the console.
in black it would be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
In white it's okay.
I agree that in black it would look
also-
would look acceptable.
Also, I know how fucking greasy your guys' hands are. Don't even with me here. The white, whenever you play it and your hands are greasy, that's going to show up on the white a lot more than the black edition.
That's true. Oh god, that's gonna be bad.
jeez.
Wait, imagine
Especially
that the
KJ's.
Xbox
KJ's hands are
looked
especially
white.
greasy.
I bought a new Xbox controller, right?
Uh-huh.
And
Right.
for the
With,
exact
with whose money? With whose
and
money?
for the with your money, Jalvi, Sugar
About
Daddy
time you
Jalvi.
play Rocket League, goddammit.
And I had-
Xbox 360.
It's not original. Standing beat.
What the fuck ever.
With
It
the
still has
money,
this stupid thing.
with the money, I could buy exactly the same controller, but a limited edition Gears of War white controller, which came with the cables and the wireless option. And for the exact same price, I chose the cable version of this controller for the purposes of being fucking black. Because white controllers, they shouldn't exist. Period.
Also, wireless controls shouldn't exist, but
Yeah.
But that
wireless
one,
technology should burn in hell.
But
I've
that-
said
but-
it.
yeah, it should burn.
Yeah.
It depends on the technology,
Can I
and
just-
it depends on the usability of it.
Imagine white wireless technology. That's
Oh
even
my
worse.
goodness. Can I just say, I'm impressed that I
Yes.
can do this with my hair.
Yes. You know, it was funny because the camera kept switching between you and KJ, and it looked like it was part of your hair, and I was fascinated. That suddenly,
Hey, dude, it's honestly having this ponytail is actually kind of great because it acts like a controller stand. I'm digging it.
this is next level controller stands. This is next gen PlayStation 5 controller stand. It's a Jalvi special.
Yeah.
I'm mad at you guys. Sugar, listen. I don't deny it that white controllers look beautiful. They do, but even if you're the most hygienic person ever, which is definitely not me, I'm
Says the one who spits out. Says the one who spits out toothpaste on all over his carpet.
Yeah, I'm clumsy as fuck, so I can't keep anything completely clean. But my point is, you always end up much easier. It's much easier to have a controller that's dirty and the controller is white than having a controller that's black. At least you don't see the dirtiness that much. And that's what I have against those types of controllers. They're beautiful. I'd say if I had to choose between that limited edition controller and the controller that I have right now, I would 100% go for the Gears of War one. It had a beautiful design to it, but the practicality of things wins at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right? It's like choosing a VR for the aesthetics, not how not the specifications of VR.
And again,
you know what I mean?
And again, that was my main criticism when it came to the design of the PS5. Like it looks nice, but it's not really practical.
Yeah. Nothing on the new design of PlayStation 5 is practical.
Yeah.
It's bigger than any other PlayStation ever,
Yeah.
too, by the way. And Xbox,
Definitely.
too.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a very serious issue. But,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Boys, let's wrap this up.
All right. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all of you for coming to this Indiehub Gamecast. I honestly did not expect it to go past 2 hours.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody expected us to go past 2 hours. Hey, you caught that. Nice.
I'm surprised he didn't screw up his setup.
I'm
with
surprised
this
you
thing.
didn't. I'm surprised you didn't spill out all over your desk.
Yeah, it lasted more than 2 hours
Yeah,
without
yeah.
destroying anything.
Yeah, honestly.
King Ged's on chat. King Ged's Pedro
yeah.
there,
Yeah.
by the way.
What's up?
King Ged, guys, tell him about this Coca-Cola. Come on.
Original
Look.
Coca-Cola tastes better.
Yeah, like the Coca-Cola that is not the original one should just die.
All right. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending the Indiehub Gamecast. We do this thing every single Sunday, starting from 5 p.m. European or 12 p.m. or 12 p.m. Eastern, or around 9 my time, which is Pacific. So, with that being said, you guys can check me out on twitch.tv/Jalavai, Instagram and Twitter, same handle. You can find out Kinda Jesus as twitch.tv/Kinda Jesus, Instagram.com/Kinda Jesus, and Twitter.com/TheKindaJesus. And I believe Jinpachi also has some socials. Go ahead and give out your socials, Jin.
Well, my socials are a pain in the ass for non-English speakers, but you know, it's J Malheiro 10. So yeah. And meu PC está morto on Twitter, which translates to my PC is dead. And it actually, because when I created Twitter, my laptop broke the handles of the screen, and so I just decided, well, this is the greatest name, and yeah.
Yep, absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and see you guys on next week's podcast. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you. Oh, wait, final announcement. This is going to be the last time that me and KJ are on stream together. Yeah, I nearly forgot about that.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
Special super duper announcement that we only decided to talk about after like 2 hours of a fucking podcast. Me and Jalvi will never be in a stream again unless it's a special occasion. In that case, I just said we wouldn't be, but we will.
Yeah. I'll miss you, buddy. I'll miss you.
Oh, I mean,
I'll miss you too, buddy. Because we've decided to come up with a new type of rotation. Because we have 5 elements, there's no proper way for us to do a rotation if I'm the only podcast host. So what I came up with, because me and Jalvi are the only ones that stream, me and Jalvi will be the official hosts of the Indiehub, meaning that I'm going to be on the podcast in a week, and then Jalvi is going to be on the very next week with the rotation that's going to come up.
Yeah.
And the person that's going to be transitioning is me and Jalvi always, and then we're going to have a separate transition, which is going to be Raven, Jinpachi, and Oz. So next week,
on special occasions, me and KJ will occasionally make an appearance together on special occasions.
Next week, as a way to give an example, is going to be me. It was supposed to be Jalvi, but it's going to be very busy this week.
Yeah.
It's going to be me, Jinpachi, and Raven.
Yes.
And the week after that is going to be Jalvi, Raven, and Oz.
Yeah.
And then on the very next one is going to be me, Oz, and Jinpachi. And then it's going to be Jinpachi, Raven, and Jalvi, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
That's going to be the things moving forward, because yes, we have a new member, but we also need to do just. But don't worry about it. For those of you that are crying that you're not going to see me on a weekly basis, do not worry. I have nothing to say to that. It's just
It's a blessing in disguise.
It's a blessing in disguise. It's turning on the fan again.
All right.
Flush away those tears.
Again, on that note, we'll go ahead and see you guys next week. Thank you guys very much for watching.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And we are done.